What's going on, guys? This is KNasty3890 here. Welcome back to an episode of the Baltimore Orioles franchise rebuild, episode 10. We are in year 4. We have improved every year, 52 wins, 62 wins. Last year, 91 wins. We lost in the ALDS. So this year, we made some changes in the offseason. The big one was probably not really in the lineup. We actually just kind of signed some guys, but it was pitching. We got Taijuan Walker, and the big thing with him was we extended him in the spring training. So we have him for $9.5 million over the next 3 years after this year, where he's making $8.7. We still have Corbin Burns, Maeda, Ramirez, Mitchell White, and we still have some great prospects. We got Rosers at 5. We have Nigel Aragon, who I'm saying by the end of this season, he will be a top 10 prospect. We also have Jeff Fontaine. And I think that's it. We have Grayson Rodriguez at 49. And then he's not a prospect in this anymore because he is exhausted it. But Mike Phillips, it looks to be a stud. So let's get into the season, guys. Let's see how we do. Hopefully injuries aren't too bad. And maybe we can make the playoffs again. Let's make sure the minor league lineups are all looking good. I want Ray playing every day over probably Seth Beer, unfortunately. I'll put him over Gonzalez, but I want Villarete playing. Alright. And then Zapata, I want him playing over Cumberland. Okay, let's put him in to make sure the big prospects are playing in our system. I feel like we do have some really good prospects now. I think maybe the only one we may not have are like bona fide future ace type pitchers. Maybe Jeff Fontaine turns into that guy. I don't think Grayson Rodriguez will. He's a B potential, but he still looks pretty good. Maybe Corbin Burns turns into him. He is 26. We'll see. But in the lineup, we definitely have those guys who can turn into like middle of the order, franchise caliber hitters, which is nice. Right now, we're kind of just chilling around 500. Paul Fry's back. Scored 17 runs in a game against the Yankees. Wow. That's quite impressive. Now, I don't know if we're going to have an extra draft pick for losing Dylan Bundy. I know sometimes they'll give you a draft pick when you give a guy a qualifying offer, but the guy accepts it. Tanner Houck for Christian Arroyo. So we got Arroyo in the Rule 5 draft. And this year he's only had 30 at-bats. He's in 200 with a home run. Tanner Houck was a former first-round pick of the Red Sox. He's a 71 overall. B potential. I don't love his per 9, so I'm going to say no on that. I was just saying how we don't have like a bona fide ace type of guy, but he's not an ace. Blue Jays are interested in a trade. Brendan Davis, who's a B potential outfielder, we have 1,000 of, and Willie Valenzuela, who's a B potential, for BJ Lopez, a catcher, who's a C. No. That was a B potential. I'd consider it. All right, so we are 25 and 23. So the draft is right out there. Our offense is scoring. Rudy Odor got traded for Carl Edwards Jr. and Kyle Hendricks. 209 average with 8 home runs. Wow, I don't love that trade for the Cubs. So we're 7 behind the Rays. Wow, our offense is actually best in the AL East, which is pretty nuts. See how top prospects. Roser is up to 4. Aragon is not really moving up that much. Still got time. Fontaine's at 34. Rodriguez is up to 40. Zapata is up to 43. He was unlisted. Now he's 43. And I think that's it. See how the team's doing. Phillips is doing pretty good. 278 average. 349 on base. 3 home runs. Not too bad. A WAR of 1. Bradley Zimmer 268 average. But with him on base, 353 on base. And he plays elite defense. Bogart's 285, 9 jacks. Chris Davis, 259, 10 home runs. Bradley, 278 with 7. So he's having another pretty good year. Moncada, 265 average. We gave him that big-time contract. 7 home runs. Not too bad. Not too bad for him. Diaz, 251, 6 jacks. Yeah, we'll see how he continues. Joey Barton, 288. 12 home runs. He hit 12 home runs all of last year. His on-base percentage is 70-plus points higher. His slugging percentage is like 220 points higher. And Sierra's in 237. Rossiter is in only 234 in AAA. Oh, they took Villaforte off. Don't want that. And let's take a look at pitching. Corbin Burns is really struggling, a 5.25 ERA. Walker's been good. Maeda's been good. Ramirez has been good. And Mitchell White's been pretty good. Bullpen, Fry's been really good. Blear's been great. Holder's been good. Winkler's been good. Brad Hand is actually really struggling. I bet you... So Brad Hand, in 20 innings this year, has given up 13 earned runs. Last year, in 67 innings, he gave up 4 earned runs. That just shows how amazing he was last year. Freaking ridiculous. We are at the draft, so we have the 26th pick in round 1. We do get a competitive balance pick, so we get, what's that, the 32nd pick. Round 2, we're going to have the 22nd pick. Compensatory pick, so that's for us losing Dylan Bundy. Now, he's not on the team because we traded him, but I just find that kind of funny. So let's see who is going to be available in the draft. We probably won't get a nasty stat. Ooh, maybe... I'm going to take this catcher who could be ready really soon. Injury risk average, 80 fielding, 80 arm, 80 accuracy, 80 reaction. He's like the best defensive catcher of all time. 70 blocking, could have 65 and 60 power. Joey Fernandez? Wow, yeah, I got to take him. All right, we got another pick here. There's a center fielder who's a project who's 21 years old. That's an option. This shortstop could be ready soon. Could have an 80 potential. 80 contact versus right and left, 65 and 70 power, so above average, so well above average. Him and vision discipline. I don't see weakness in this kid's game. Injury risk average, he's only 5'7", 196 pounds. Booker, Ryan. I think those could be, I don't know. I feel like they shouldn't be available when we were drafting. We'll see if they're good. I'll probably take this catcher here, who's kind of like just 60 to 65 at everything. Injury risk high. He's 21 in a project. I may wait on that. There's some starters here. Maybe we can find a starter who has really good per nines that I like. 80 walks per nine, 80 strikeouts per nine for Carmen Avila's injury risk average. Let's take a chance on Carmen. And then a compensatory round. This is for losing Dylan Bundy. Let's see what's out there. A closer, a starter who's 21, another closer. I'll take this catcher. Injury risk is high, but you know what? I'm thinking he could be like, I'm not sure if he'll be like an everyday catcher, but I think if he has a good potential, he's at least a trade chip. All right. I'll take Darnell Beckham. We'll see what happens. Injury risk average. He's a project. He's 21. Or do we take this starter here? Sean Nichols. I'll take Sean Nichols, I guess. Just because, I don't know. I feel like he could be ready sooner. And I'd rather take a chance on a starter, I guess, than a chance on an outfielder. We have so many, like, B potential outfielders. And he's still available, so we'll take Beckham now. And that was in round 4. We got 2 more picks, round 5 and round 6. Let's see how we do. All right, I'm just going to take a shot in the dark. It's fun to go with good walks and hits per 9. 80 walks per 9, all right. And 80 home runs per 9. Duncan Lemon. Yeah, let's take Duncan. All right, one more round. I think we'll have a pick. Sometimes they run out of draftees. Nope, not this time. Ooh, 280 potentials. Huge shot in the darks. This guy could be like the greatest hitter ever, which I highly doubt. He's from Canada, Gary Bledsoe. All right, let's see how we did. Padres interested in a trade. Jeremy Sheridan. A pitcher, B potential, 71 overall. Actually, I like him. Good per 9s. Don Varsho has been a B potential. Since we have Joey Bart, I'm going to say no. And we also have Will Banfield, too, who's really good, who's improving. So I'm going to say no on that. Let's see how we did in the draft. Pretty good. Nothing crazy, but those are really solid. Joey Fernandez, 87 potential. He's a 64 overall. He looks to be a really good fielder, and he might have a little bit of pop. I'm not sure if he'll become an A potential, but an 87 is still a high B. Booker Ryan, 81 potential. Take a look at him. Yeah, I'm not sure if he's going to be... I mean, we'll see what happens with his like durability and fielding, but the dude can hit, and he's a shortstop, and he can run. 76 speed's not bad. That's not a bad pick. Carmen Avilas, he has 80 potential. Good burn 9s, though. 60 walks per 9's already pretty good. Yeah, so we'll see what happens. He's a 67 overall. Samuel Ayala. So he's an 89 potential. His durability is 15. But he's almost an A potential. He's only a 48 overall. Big time project. Maybe in a couple of years, he might have some good value out there, and we can get something for him. Sean Nichols, 80 potential here. Nothing crazy. 57 overall. Darnell Beckham has a 79 potential. Good speed, but not great fielder. Duncan Lemon has a 78 potential. 61 overall. Nothing crazy there. And then Gary Bledsoe. He's a 72 overall. He has a 78 potential. The bat's not bad. He could be a bench player, to be perfectly honest. So let's see what else was out there in the draft. Like, I know the Red Sox had like the 5th pick in the draft, and this is what they took was this Alexi Hernandez. Are there any just like studs? Like high 90s. 93 overall, second baseman. 92 catcher. 93 Rafael Jimenez. He's a big time project, but he's only 18. Okay. Jesus Lozano has a 98 potential. He is a project. He's going to take some time. He's only 19. 57 overall, though, but that durability is good. He could be a star. It's going to take some time, but that 98 potential should help. Any other 90 potential here with that closer? 86 in the last pick here. Tom Park, 86 potential. 92 for Dan Bergeron. 91, Edmundo Reyes. Robin Gore's in 92. But let's see, any like high 90s? 91. 87, 89. Not really. So that one really big one. But let's keep the season going. See if we can get on a little bit of a winning streak. Hopefully Burns can start pitching a little better. Blue Jays are interested in trade. I don't want BJ Lopez. Why do you think I want BJ Lopez? Royals interested in trade. Sully Matis for Ryan Rolison. Now, Mattis actually is not a bad player. Great arm, 92 arm. Good pop, 64 and 69. Good durability. I'm intrigued. Now, Ryan Rolison, he's a 23 overall pitcher. We got a lot of B potentials here. I mean, we got DDL Hall, Blaine Knight, who actually pitched well for us last year. But we had Mitchell White, who's actually pitching terrible, who's actually pitching really good this year. But then we also got Dylan Tate, actually he's 27. Jeremy Sheridan's 21. And Jeff Fontaine. I'll do that because Sully's got power. Power, and he can play in the field. He's got 71 fielding, that arm, good durability. Right now, as backup outfielders who are like close to being ready, I mean, maybe Robert Newstrom, but he's not that good. Joe Gray, I think, could be there, but we don't have power, like young power, really. So that's something we don't really have. Seth Beer might get that. He's continuing to improve, but I'm going to do this trade. Good trade, Kansas City. I like it. What do you guys think about that trade? We have 26. Okay, I got to send it down. I could keep him up and send down Yastrzemski, but I think Yastrzemski's... I can save some service. Actually, No, I'm going to send Yastrzemski down because he's already been playing up in the bigs. Mattis, I mean. All right. Oh, our offense is clicking right now. How are they doing? How's like Mike Phillips 272? Bradley Zimmer's doing well. Bogart's in 317. Bradley's 277. Moncada's not really hitting well, but he's hot. Bart's cooled down a little bit. Burns is pitching a little better. Brad Hand's doing better. Where are we standing? We're 7.5 games behind them, and we're 10 over 500. We are the number 1 wildcard team. Yankees are the number 2. Let's go through the All-Star game and see who made it on the team. AAA has one too many people. All right, let's fix that. Will White is I'm gonna send him down to. Nah, I'm gonna send Johnny Castle down. I want Villafuente to play every day. There we go. I might call up Rossiter soon, to be perfectly honest. Orlando Arcia for Jeff Fontaine. Ooh, Arcia's an A potential. He's 27. But Jeff Fontaine's like our best starting pitching prospect. So I'm going to probably say no on that. I'll say this. You get some really nice trade offers. You really do. Like, these teams give you some trades that make you think, like, oh man, I might have to do that type of deal. Oops, double. I had one too many people. I will send you down. There we go. Skip the home run derby. All-Star game. All right, let's see who made it on the squad. Oops. All-Star voting. No starters. Manea, Newcomb. He's on the Twins now. Garrett Cole, who's on the Stros still. Kluber, who's on the Indians. And Salazar, who's on the Mariners. Relievers, Kenyon Middleton. And closers. Brad Hand made it. That's the only guy so far on our team. Catchers. Isaiah Kenner. Who are you? Oh, wow. 295, 14 jacks. Salvador Perez and then Reese McGuire. First basemen are Matt Olson and Nathaniel Lowe on the Rays. Second base, Altuve, Daniel Robertson. That's an interesting one. Actually, he's an 86 overall. Wow, he's really good. And then Nico Goodrum. Third base, Mountcastle made it. Now, he might be like the token White Sox because he's hitting 224 with 5 home runs. His WAR is probably negative. It's a negative .8. So I think he's like the only White Sox. Bogarts made it. And Correa, Ozuna, Naquin, Eddie Rosario, and Benintendi. Marte in center. Piscotty and Jason Coates. 32-year-old. 338. Jesus. See why Tampa's doing well. He's just like random dudes are just killing it. All right, so let's take a look at top prospects. Rossiter is still top 5. All right. Fontaine's now above Aragon, who is improving, but not as much as I thought he would. But good thing Fontaine's moving up the board because, like I said, we don't have many pitchers. Anyone else? Josh Flowers is now at 39. He's kind of coming out of nowhere. He's kind of old, 24, but he is an A potential. Rodriguez is 42. DL Hall's at 43. He snuck into the top 50. Zabata is improving, except for power versus rate. Everything else is improving, so that's good for the 20-year-old. And that's it. So, what are we at right now? So we are at the All-Star break. We are 6.5 behind the Rays. We are winning the wild card. We are a half game up above the Yankees, so we're 3 up on the Rangers. I'm a little worried about the Yankees. They're starting to get hot. I mean, you look at them, they're a nasty team. I'm actually worried because the Red Sox, yeah, they're what, 9 and 8.5 back of us, but they're really good. So, I don't know. Should we make some moves, guys? Like, Burns is all right. I think Walker's he's cooled down a little bit. It's nice to see that Mitchell White's having a very good year. I was a little worried, but he's really put together a great year, to be perfectly honest. I don't think our bullpen we need any help. Maybe lineup. Phillips is in 276? But he's getting on base. 8 jacks. I'm okay with what he's doing, and he's an elite fielder. Zimmer, 286, 14 home runs. He gets on base. His WAR is 3.4. Bogarts, All-Star, Chris Davis, Bobby Bradley. I mean, if I want to improve anything, Bart Stephan cool down. It's Sierra. I mean, he's hitting 214. Still in 15 bags, only been caught once, 5 home runs. His WAR is a negative .8 though. Like, do we call up Rossiter? Or do we continue? His potential is actually going down. That stinks. He's hitting 256 with 8 jacks. I mean, we can call him up. And they put him back on the bench. Like, do we call up Rossiter? Or do we, like, make a trade for someone else? Let's view the trade block. Daniel Robinson, I don't know why the Rays would trade him. I mean, they're winning the division. We can get a Med Rosario, maybe. Move him to second. He's in 242, but he's not that good of a fielder in this. That's kind of crazy. Brendan Rodgers, we could move him to second, but he's not really doing too well. Or do we, like, kind of get something else? I don't know. I'm not going to do any more sims. Let's take a look at the team rankings, though. Like, oops, I want to be in the majors. So batting average, we're probably middle of the pack, 15th, right in the middle. Runs, we are 3rd in runs. Home runs, we are tied for 6th. Stolen bases, we're probably near the bottom. I don't know, we're 13th. It's because Sierra's stealing bases. Slugging percentage, we are 9th. On base percentage, we are 8th. I mean, so we do have a good offense, not an amazing offense, but it's above average. We could improve it. Fielding percentage, we are 28, so that is an issue. So maybe try to get some defense. ERA, we're 6, but when we take a look at the American League teams only, we are second behind the Rays. So I think our pitching is probably fine. Do we maybe just try to get a very defensive-minded second baseman instead of Sierra? Same goes with maybe Diaz. I mean, Diaz only hit 252 and 9 home runs. We could call up a guy like Fernando Hernandez, who can't really hit, but look at that fielding, 85 fielding. Or do we play, oh my goodness, he's now sitting on the bench. Jeez. Maybe that's why he's not improving that much. And I got distracted. Or do we do we play Matthias every day, knowing that he's a pretty good fielder, a good arm, and some pop in right field, and then maybe we trade Diaz or something else? I don't know. I'm going to leave it up to you guys in the comments. And we'll do the next episode where we finish the second half of the year, and hopefully we can make the playoffs. We might be able to still win the division, 6.5 back, but I'm not so high on the Rays. They got to cool down eventually, right? I don't know. I'll see you guys in the next episode, guys. If you did enjoy this, please drop a like on the video, sub if you are new, and yeah, we'll see what we can do. Talk to y'all later, boys. Take it easy. Peace.